Quick roundup to start. TikTok quietly settled a major lawsuit alleging its product helped addict and harm a child, just before jury selection in Los Angeles. Snap settled last week, leaving Meta and YouTube to face the bellwether trials. What should listeners know about what just happened?
Short version, TikTok and Snap both reached undisclosed settlements, so they won't face the jury in this particular bellwether case. Meta and YouTube are proceeding, and the trial will test claims that platforms intentionally designed features to be addictive, and that those harms contributed to a plaintiff's depression and suicidal thoughts. The case could shape dozens of follow-on suits and even policy discussions about product design and liability.
That's a big deal. What are the real stakes for the companies and for users?
Legally and commercially, huge. If a jury finds platforms liable for designing addictive systems, it could open the floodgates to more litigation and force design changes or disclosures. Executives from Meta and YouTube are expected to testify, which raises reputational risk too. For users and regulators, a ruling could accelerate safety rules for minors and push platforms toward limits on algorithmic recommendation or new labeling and parental controls.
Any reason the terms were kept secret?
Settlements often are. Companies avoid precedent-setting admissions, and plaintiffs get guaranteed relief without the risk of a losing verdict. But because bellwether trials serve as tests for larger litigation, settlements don't end the broader fight. Other plaintiffs' cases continue, and regulatory scrutiny is intensifying.
Changing gears to something a bit more existential, the Bulletin of the atomic scientists moved the Doomsday Clock to 85 seconds before midnight, the closest it's ever been. That's an ominous headline. What did the Bulletin cite, and why does this matter beyond symbolism?
The board moved it 4 seconds closer, citing an accumulation of risks: unresolved nuclear tensions, accelerating climate impacts, rising geopolitical aggression, and the new wrinkle, advanced artificial intelligence. The clock is symbolic, yes, but it's a coordinated warning from experts that multiple risk vectors are converging and international cooperation is weakening.
AI keeps showing up in these global risk conversations. How should technologists interpret that message?
It's a call to build safety and governance into systems, fast. For AI, that means better oversight, transparency about capabilities and limits, and international norms to prevent misuse, especially where AI could amplify misinformation, aid hostile actors, or accelerate destabilizing strategies. The clock is meant to catalyze policy and public attention. Think of it as a civic alarm bell for coordinated action.
From existential risks to consumer tech, Samsung's Galaxy Z TriFold goes on sale in the US at about $2,899. Triple folding screens, a 10-inch display, 200-megapixel camera, Snapdragon flagship silicon. It's a spec sheet beast. Are we finally at the point where a phone can replace a tablet, or is this mostly a halo product?
It's a bit of both. The TriFold is a technical showcase, a large, high-refresh AMOLED interior, premium chipset and camera, and lots of AI camera features. But the trade-offs, bulk, hinge complexity, dust ingress, and then nearly $3,000 price, make it a niche premium device for early adopters or people who really want one device to do both phone and tablet jobs. Samsung's limited production and high price position it as a halo model that tests the market and engineering limits.
Practical question. Durability. They touted a 200,000 cycle test. Does that translate to years of use?
The lab cycle claim is encouraging. It suggests repeated folds over years, but real-world durability includes drops, dust, and user handling. IP ratings help, but foldables still ask users to be more careful. If you're buying this for everyday rugged use, I'd be cautious. If you want bleeding-edge design and can stomach the price, it's compelling.
Back to platforms and politics. California's governor launched a review into whether TikTok suppressed anti-Trump content after users reported glitches and a weird moderation message about the word Epstein. TikTok blames a U.S. data center outage. What's going on here?
Governor Newsom asked the State Department of Justice to investigate potential violations of California law after his office says it independently verified instances of suppression. The timing follows a U.S. spinoff of TikTok's operations, a new entity with majority U.S. ownership that's supposed to retrain algorithms on U.S. data and move moderation onshore. Users reported bugs and missing recommendations after that transition. TikTok says the problems were technical, not political.
So is this a moderation problem, an infrastructure bug, or a political flashpoint?
A mix. Technically, migrating systems can introduce filtering and ranking issues. Politically, any perceived suppression of content tied to a president is explosive. The probe could force transparency on moderation rules or platform logs, and it underscores how platform governance and infrastructure choices now have direct political consequences.
Final story. Meta is testing premium subscriptions for Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. AI features, anonymous story views, follower insights, and integration with Manus agent. Core services remain free, but is this the future of social apps?
Meta is following a trend toward diversification beyond ad revenue. Paid tiers provide a revenue cushion and a way to surface advanced AI tools to power users and creators. Features like AI-powered video creation via Vibes or Manus integration could attract professional creators or businesses. The company plans app-specific bundles and freemium models, so not everyone pays, but heavy users might.
Any downsides or privacy concerns to watch for?
Always. Charging for features could create a two-tiered ecosystem where power and visibility accrue to paying users. Also, integrating agent-style AI into messaging and feeds raises data use questions. Buyers should know what training signals and data are used. From a product standpoint, Meta will have to balance monetization, user trust, and clear feature differentiation to make subscriptions feel worth it.
The preceding audio summary was created at jesterengine.com, where you can find and verify the original sources.